She had seen them all. Every life, every ending, every version of herself that ever was and ever could be. Worlds collapsing into silence, stars burning too bright and tearing themselves apart. Victories that felt hollow, sacrifices that came too late. Anya stood at the edge of eternity, not as a traveler now, but as a witness. The cataclysms were never random, they were pressure points. Stress fractures in reality itself, each one guiding her here. To the choice, not which timeline she would live in, but why none of them could survive as they were. James Michaels returned to the only place that ever truly tested him. Not the battlefield, not the stars. Home. Here, he was a father, a husband, a man living inside a fragile peace he had fought entire galaxies to protect. He still carried the title of Star Warrior, but he believed, wrongly, that there had only ever been one. The universe had allowed the lie to persist for centuries. That power could exist in isolation. That destiny could be carried by a single soul. But creation itself had always required balance. What James never understood was that every time he had been drawn toward Anya, every time their paths crossed across time and space, it wasn't a coincidence. It was convergence. The moment James looked to the stars, Anya felt him, not as memory, not as possibility, but as inevitability. The universe had waited long enough. The call activated not a spell, but a truth too deep to deny. James fought it, because he was loyal, because he had built a life, because choosing Anya felt like betrayal. And yet, the pull was not desire alone, it was recognition. Two halves of a force that had never been meant to exist apart. When they stood together, the universe stabilized. Time slowed. The noise of infinite timelines faded. For the first time, reality made sense. This was not an affair, not temptation. It was alignment. What followed was not planned and yet had been written since the first star ignited. Two warriors, two burdens, one shared truth. From their union, something new awakened, not a weapon, not a ruler, but a star child born of balance. Destined not to fight the universe, but to heal it. The true Star Warrior was never James, never Anya. It was what they created together. And now that the universe remembered this truth, nothing would ever be the same. The universe did not celebrate, it shuddered. Because unions like this were never meant to be witnessed, only endured. Across 1,000 timelines, reality adjusted its footing, rewriting margins it never expected to touch. Stars recalibrated. Time slowed just enough to listen. James Michaels felt it first, not as power, but as weight. He returned to Earth without ceremony. No portals ripping the sky open, no crowds, no crowns. Just a quiet suburban street bathed in late afternoon sun. Children's laughter echoed from the backyard. His children. Older now, sharper, almost grown. He watched them train. Controlled movements, disciplined strikes, instincts sharpened by bloodlines they didn't fully understand. To them, he was still just dad, the man who corrected their stance, who burned dinner, who pretended not to notice how fast they were becoming something more. This was the timeline he chose to protect, and that was the problem. James had fought gods, but nothing tested him like peace. Every laugh felt fragile, every moment borrowed, because deep in his chest, beneath loyalty, beneath love, something pulled, a resonance he could not mute. Anya. She stood alone on Horologium Prime, hands pressed against the living stone of the celestial archive. The machines no longer whispered. They sang, not warnings, not commands, lullabies. Her body was changing, subtly, deliberately, adapting to something ancient awakening within her. She had not told James. Not yet, because the universe was still deciding whether to forgive them. The Chronomasters felt it too. In the fracture between seconds where they hid like parasites between breaths of time, panic spread. This was never prophesied, one hissed. Another answered, voice trembling, no, it was erased. They searched the timelines, every collapse, every war, every extinction, and then they saw it. The reason the universe had endured so long. There was never meant to be one Star Warrior. There were never meant to be two. There was meant to be one born of both. A convergent soul, a child untouched by allegiance but claimed by balance. James woke in the middle of the night, cold sweat, heart racing. A dream still clung to him, not images but certainty. He sat up slowly, careful not to wake his wife. She shifted in her sleep, peaceful, unknowing. He loved her. That truth never wavered. But love did not cancel destiny, it complicated it. He stepped outside. The stars looked different now. Closer, as if watching him choose. James whispered into the night, "I didn't ask for this." The universe answered anyway. Anya's voice, not spoken but felt, brushed his conscious.